Thanks for your interest in how you can use Google Apps and Google Sites in particular to build a corporate intranet for your business. My name is Serena Satyasai, and I want to show you a customer example of a corporate intranet built by Home Care Assistance. Home Care Assistance had the following objectives. As a national franchisor, it needed an easy way to communicate with its franchisees and help them increase revenues. Since its success is based on their success, the head office wanted to make sure it could share information such as business strategy of the week, training videos, latest industry information, monthly sales results, marketing materials. As a rapidly growing business, the home office is always onboarding new franchisees. Before, they would have to email everything they thought a new franchisee should know, and then re-email it to the next new franchisee, and then send any updates to everyone. It was hard keeping track of what they sent to whom and when, and all they really needed was a centralized location to which they could point people to read up at their own pace. Thirdly, Home Care Assistance also wanted to have some fun and create a positive culture. For example, one of its biggest events is its annual convention. Franchisees get a lot of information from the convention and also make good contacts. They want the ability to stay in touch easily afterward and share photos and videos of the time spent there. Originally, they looked at a social networking site, but decided it didn't really meet their business needs. Finally, Home Care Assistance wanted a single place to centralize other relevant information to franchisees, such as links to their billing and invoicing system, links to the ordering system for brochures, business cards, and other branded materials, industry associations, and anything else that might help them run their business. We hope you'll see how easy it is to administer and set up these pages without any programming. So let's get started. This is Home Care Assistance homepage. It centralizes all the resources that a franchisee might need to run their business. On the upper right, you can see the weekly business strategies that the home office sends out to help them run their business. It's a simple announcements page. If we click on any of the announcements, let's click on the first one here, we can see the full details for that announcement. Additionally, if we go back and click on View More, we can see how easy it is to post a new announcement. Simply hit Post and begin typing. No coding, programming necessary. Okay, let's go back to the Home Care Assistance corporate intranet page. Another key section of the home page is the Recent Announcements. Recent Announcements fulfills a similar function by allowing anyone with edit rights to add in announcements. Home Care Assistance uses this area to let franchisees know when a monthly newsletter, for example, is available. This newsletter is provided free of charge to subscribers and is a good way for franchisees to identify prospective new customers. If we click on the most recent announcement, Monthly Update October 2008, we can see the most recent sales information. On this tab in this embedded spreadsheet is the sales information. If we click on the second tab, that same sales information has now been turned into a bar chart within a Google spreadsheet, as you can see here. And on the right-hand side is the same bar chart, but now published in an embedded site. Okay, let's go back again to the home page. In the lower right-hand corner of this corporate intranet, you can see recent documents. It's important to Home Care Assistance because it highlights any of the new materials that might have been uploaded to a file cabinet. If we click on any of the files, you can see that it'll ask you to download them to our local desktop. You can add any types of documents to a Google site. As you can see, this is actually a Microsoft Office PowerPoint presentation. Home Care Assistance would also forward news on its business to franchisees to help them stay abreast of industry trends and legislation that might impact them. This industry news feed here is automatically pulled based on keywords. Finally, as with all companies, home care assistants wanted an easy way to share contact information and an easy way to share calendar information on events or site visits to local offices. They have embedded a calendar here with that type of information. And of course, all of the information on any of these pages are easy to locate with a search box located in the upper right-hand corner, right here. Now let's look at the left navigation bar, or the left nav. We can see pages that address the challenges that home care assistants faced. The main links include the main topic areas that home care assistants wanted to address. And here down below are the quick links to the billing system mentioned earlier. There's also a countdown gadget showing how many days before the annual convention. And if we go to Site Settings and Change Appearance, we can see how easy it is to edit this left nav area. While we're in the Change Appearance setting, we can show you how easy it is to brand the site with your own company logo and look and feel, or choose from the themes already available. Customizing a site to your own look and feel is as easy as going to Site Settings, Change Appearance, Site Elements, under Header, change Logo. And there we see that you can add the custom logo of Home Care Assistants. Okay. Let's go back to the site. Let's now take a look at the convention page. We mentioned earlier that the company wanted a way to preserve the sense of community created at the convention. If we click on Photos and Videos, you can see that they've embedded a Picasa slideshow and also an internal video. It's easy to embed this kind of rich media by simply going to Edit Page, then Insert, and here you see all the options that you can use without any need for programming. A Picasa web slideshow, a presentation, a document, a calendar, a spreadsheet form, both internal video and a YouTube video. Let's go back now to the convention page. Here's a slideshow of photos that were embedded from the Picasa slideshow, and here's the video. Now let's go back to the main convention page. If we click on convention-related documents, you can see how easy it is to add file, whether they be Google Docs, Microsoft Office Docs, Adobe PDFs, JPEGs, etc. The examples here are PowerPoint presentations given at last year's convention. Let's use the breadcrumb trail to return again to the HCA convention main page and look at another innovation HCA employed. Let's click on Convention Registration Form. This embedded form populates a spreadsheet and is an easy way for the home office to track who is attending the event. HCA took it one step further. Back on the HCA convention homepage, if we click on Convention Location Poll, you'll see questions that the home office asked of its registrants about where they would like to have the convention. Again, this is powered by Google Docs, so the results here are populating a spreadsheet. If we click here to see the poll results, we see that Chicago, New Orleans, and Santa Fe are in the lead. And by the way, this chart is updated in real time as people submit their votes. Okay, now let's look at some of the other things in this resource center. Photos and graphics. This area contains materials that the local offices can use in their own marketing efforts, maybe their logos, clip art, or other types of things that you might want to share. Videos contain industry information to help local offices stay abreast of news and trends. It is also a place where the home office can post any internal training videos they may have. Here's an example. Webinars includes links to webinars the home office wants to share with its local offices. This material, like the internal training video, supplements business information for the local offices to grow their business. Home care assistants used to share this type of material in conference calls, but if someone missed that particular conference call, they'd have to get someone else's notes to catch up. This way, anyone can learn at any time.
Finally, each local office has its own homepage as well to help manage their local caregiver base. Since each local office is independently owned, they wanted the ability to share information internally. If we click on the local offices page, we see a list of offices as well as a Google Map gadget. The locations shown in this gadget are simply driven off of a Google spreadsheet. Enter in the address information and it will pop up here. For example, the Canadian office is a recent addition. The St. Louis office allowed us to make a copy of their homepage. When we click into it, you can see that they've slightly customized it as well. Here's a photo of the local office in the upper left, and they have also customized local weather in the right-hand side of the screen. Local weather is actually pretty important in this business, as caregivers need to be mindful if conditions are going to be icy or hot, and therefore need to take extra precautions with their clients. To help their staff easily find locations, they've also embedded a direction finder from Google Maps. The other things that are customized for St. Louis is the calendar and the announcements on the left-hand side here. And finally, they've added in this radio ad to let their staff know of a particular campaign that might be running locally. As you can see, we have only the beginnings of this resource center. This whole website took about 30 to 40 hours to set up from start to finish with the content that you see here. But since we've taken a copy of it, Home Care Assistance has already added to it. They've done fun things like change the photo on the homepage when they dress up the corporate headquarters as a haunted house for Halloween. We have other customers who've also used sites to build intranets. Second Wind Exercise, for example. And we have customers who use sites for other uses. Team pages, secure extranets for board meetings, for example, or press briefings. Tiger teams, internal training, and supplier portals. I hope we've given you a good sense of what you can accomplish with Google Apps and sites.